I'm going to be talking about St. Angela's life and a few high points of her life. She was born in 1535 in Brescia, Italy. And she was orphaned when she was 10 years old. She had 2 brothers and 1 sister. And so she and her sister had to go live with their uncle in a town of Cello. But I guess they left the brothers on the farm. They didn't say much about what happened to them. I don't know what that was about. She became very upset when her sister suddenly died without the benefit of the last rites. And she was inconsolable, and she prayed night and day about that. And she received a vision of Gianna, which was her sister's name, in heaven in the company of the angels and saints. And she received so much consolation from that vision that she said, I have to do something about this. So she became a Third Order Franciscan and at that same time. She was being noticed for being a beauty. She was a beautiful girl, especially her hair. And since she had promised herself to God, she wanted to reject all of this worldly attention. So she dyed her hair with soot. Ladies, soot. That's something new. It just struck me. I don't know why that struck me. Her uncle died when she was 20. And she then returned home to live with her brothers on the property, which actually was her property. It was given to her as her dowry if she ever got married, but she didn't. And it was there that she had her next vision, revealing to her that she would found an association of virgins who would devote themselves to the religious training and education of girls. This association was such a success that she was invited to start another school in the next village of Brescia. In 1524, according to legend, while traveling to the Holy Land, Angela suddenly became blind while on the island of Crete. And she was before a crucifix when this happened. She, anyway, continued her pilgrimage and was cured of her blindness only as she returned and stood before the same crucifix. This was the same place where she was struck blind just a few weeks earlier. In 1525, she journeyed to Rome for the Jubilee year indulgences. Pope Clement VII had heard of her virtue and the success of her school. He invited her to stay in Rome, but she soon returned to Brescia to be the live-in companion of a widow. There she became a spiritual advisor to a group seeking renewal. On November 25th of 1535, she founded the Company of St. Ursula, becoming the first teaching order of women religious. They wore no special habit and took no formal religious vows. They lived by the rule of life written by Angela herself. The Ursulines opened an orphanages and schools, and in 1544, Pope Paul III approved her rule. When Angela Merici died in 1540, there were 20 communities of the Company of St. Ursula serving the Catholic Church. She was buried in the habit of the Franciscan tertiaries. She's a patron saint of sickness, disabled and physically challenged, and those grieving the loss of parents, of educators, teachers, and St. Angela had the gift of visions. Praise God.